Hello folks, Samuel Golden again. Welcome back. After all your hard work, training, studying, and planning, the time will come for your big day, the private pilot practical test, also known as your check ride. This is where you fly with a designated pilot examiner, or DPE, and prove your readiness to be a private pilot. After you've fulfilled all the private pilot requirements, which I'll link on the screen so you can memorize those, your instructor will endorse your logbook. This means they believe you will pass the test, and now it's time to prove them right. By the way, I have to mention here that King Schools has a fabulous private pilot check ride course. In this course, you'll watch John King take a real check ride from a real DPE, so you know exactly what to expect. This serves as a great overview and gives you a boost of confidence. I'll put a link on the screen and in the description. Anyway, the check ride consists of two parts: an oral exam and a flight test. First, the oral exam involves a detailed discussion of a proposed cross-country flight. Your examiner will go over pretty much every aspect of the flight: route, weather, loading, airspace, risk management, and more. Your examiner will also cover areas that you missed on your knowledge test, so you'll want to make sure you solidify any weak areas beforehand. The examiner will also check your documentation, such as your medical, your flight hours, the airplane's logs, and more. Because of this, I recommend you have an impressively clean and organized system for these documents. By the way, the King Schools check ride I just mentioned gives you a great demonstration of how to arrive so organized that you impress your examiner from the beginning. If the examiner is satisfied with your oral exam, you'll move on to the flight test. Here we go. You'll pre-flight the aircraft, then take off. Once in the air, you'll demonstrate everything outlined in the Airman Certification Standards, or ACS. And I will link those standards on the screen now. You need to know those as well. I will also link a brand new King Schools Private Pilot Maneuvers course that may help you a lot here. It's designed for you, basically, so check that out. Keep in mind that the examiner is not looking for perfection, but proficiency. They won't allow do-overs, but if something out of your control gets in the way of completing the maneuver to standards, they have the option to ask you to do it again. The FAA defines an unsatisfactory maneuver as one that consistently exceeds the tolerances, or where the applicant fails to take prompt corrective action when those tolerances are exceeded. I'll give you an example. On my instrument rating check ride a while back, it was a very windy summer day in Utah, so my instrument approaches weren't as precise as they usually were. Once a DPE saw I was adjusting to the conditions appropriately and making prompt corrections, he was actually okay with it. For more guidance on this topic, I recommend you check out this informative article from AOPA. I'll link it below on the screen as usual. Now, a word on check ride failure. Check rides can be stressful experiences, and even if you're fully prepared, it's possible to fail. First of all, it's okay. A practical test failure does not mean that you aren't cut out to be an aviator. In fact, many successful pilots have had to retake check rides, and they often learn a lot from this humbling experience. If it happens, no big deal. You'll do some retraining with your CFI, then take the test again. Happily, you will not need to redo the areas you successfully completed the first time, so it'll likely be a shorter test. After demonstrating everything required successfully, you'll return to your home airport and shut down. Then you may hear some of the sweetest words possible. Congratulations, private pilot. When the examiner turns to you, shakes your hand, and congratulates you as the world's newest pilot, you'll be elated. All that dedication, perseverance, and hard work has finally paid off. You now belong to the wonderful community of pilots, which consists of less than 1% of the population. Congratulations. Okay, that's it for today. Next week is our last episode, and in it, we will discuss what to do with your new license to learn. This is a really fun topic, so I look forward to seeing you then. Stay tuned.